This is CHSTV News.
Good morning, Cathedral. I'm Elena with your morning announcements for Wednesday, March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Let's start off the show with a message from Mario.
Good morning, Cathedral. I'm here with a couple of student council related items. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who submitted a CHS St. Patrick's Day limerick. We had some great submissions, but narrowed it down to the top two. First off, this one was written by Miss Tambasco. There once was a school called Cathedral, whose students were all cerebral. There was no finer staff in a century and a half, so they all lived as equal. And this next one, we actually aren't sure who wrote it because they didn't include their name on the submission form. In the halls, we laugh a lot. A dull moment there really is not. Always active with the teachers, but there's one always on the bleachers, Mr. Ryu, who always comes up short. And speaking of Mr. Ryu, I'd like to thank him for being our Cathedral leprechaun. Yesterday, he dropped off a pot of gold to the class that came in first place in our St. Patrick's Day themed Kahoot. You will have a chance to participate in a Kahoot today during second break, and if your class wins, our friendly neighborhood leprechaun will be visiting your class. On another related note to student council, believe it or not, it is time to think about September 2021 and who your next student council president will be. The school board is requiring all high schools to elect their presidents for the 2021-2022 school year by April the 6th. That being said, nominations for student council president are open as of 8:30 a.m. this morning. Grade 11s can access this nomination information from their grade level LMS. Candidates meet the criteria until Friday to email Mr. Trabucco. He will then forward you a nomination form that is due on Monday. Candidate election speeches will be played here on CHSTV on Wednesday, March 31st and Thursday, April 1st. Voting will take place starting on Wednesday, March 31st, and all students will have until April 5th to cast their vote for the next student council president. There are specific requirements that students must meet in order to run for student council president. All of that information is, however, posted on the grade 11 LMS. Nomination forms for all other student council positions will take place in late May. And now comes the fun part of our segment. I was nominated to eat a beet by our lovely student council advisor, Mr. Trabucco. I've hated beets all of my life. My parents would offer me beet when I was younger, and I would throw a tantrum for the rest of the night. I don't like beets whatsoever, but for a good cause, for food for kids, I'm going to be eating a lovely drenched beet. And just because I don't think that was good enough, I'm going to wash it down with a pure beet shake. I did make a second shake with like strawberries and honey, but that's not really fair if I cheat. So I'm going to punish myself. Without any further ado. Oh. How could we forget? Disgusting. Okay. I'm going to try to hold that down, and who am I passing it to? I'm going to nominate somebody, that's right. I actually talked to her today. I didn't want to inflict this on anyone else, but I spoke to Miss Valeria Tortis today. She's my next teacher, so I think I'm going to nominate her. Miss Valeria Tortis, we'll see you down here soon. And now I'm passing it over to the next candidates.
Hello, Cathedral.
Hi, Cathedral. Thanks, Mrs. Daly, for this nomination. We really appreciate it. When we spoke about it, both of us have equally distaste for beets, so I asked my wife graciously to make us a wonderful beet shake this morning, and unlike Mario, we're not brave enough to take it straight. So we cheated a little bit. We added some extra ingredients, but the main ingredient was the beet, and I watched her. There was a lot of beets that went into this. So thank you, Mrs. Daly.
What'd you think?
No, it wasn't that bad, okay? Thank you to my wife for making it taste okay. And since Mrs. Daly let us know that it was basketball players that informed her to nominate us, I wanted to nominate a couple of our girls players, Alexa Daly and Lexi Smith.
All right, I guess it's my turn now. Oh yeah, there's beets in there. There are beets in there. So again, thank you to your wife, Mrs. Fortino, for making this for us. I am going to nominate one of our boys players, Mr. Jacob Flynn. So we would love to see all three of you down here the next time you are in school. On Monday, you are cohort A, so on Monday, and you can come down and enjoy a beet however you prefer. I heard Mario make some great beet shakes, so you can definitely get in touch with him and he'll hook you up with that recipe. And I believe now we are going to turn it over to Mrs. Sweeney.
Here we go.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank Miss Sully for nominating me. So I brought everything Irish today, which is my Irish towel from 1980, linen. And I believe it was painted with beet juice because it's dripping. So I'm a bit of a messy person, so I'm going to try and... Okay, so I thought to myself, I do love beets. Oh, take off my... So how can I make this a challenge for myself? So I thought, okay, I'm going to combine a little language lesson, an art lesson, and a math lesson. And I'll be quick. I know I don't have half an hour, Mr. Trabucco. So I am going to tell you, first of all, that beets are a root vegetable, and they are a complementary color scheme if you go with the beet, greens, and the beet itself. But I thought, okay, how can I challenge myself? There's your art lesson. I can eat one beety item for every 9 years that I've taught here. So that's your math lesson. So I'm going to first start off with a little language lesson, which is Éireann go Bra, which means Ireland till the end of time. So it's how the Irish celebrate Ireland. They just, want Ireland to be, well, it's their acclamation. So I'm going to start off with, and this in Gaelic is Criospa. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it is chip. So I'm going to start off with a beet chip. So that's the first 9 years I've taught here. Where's my chips? Beet chips. Okay, I'm starting off with the yummiest to the maybe not so yummiest. And I have to admit, I've tried these before. I'm a very good. And I shouldn't eat with my mouth or talk with my mouth. So. Okay, next, I have my Tums for later. Next, I have Beata beetroot juice. Oh, these are dry. Chips are dry. And I have my little Bailey's glass. Okay. 23 grams of sugar. I'm doing this for you. I've never tried this before. Oh. Oh, my teeth are going to be purple. Beet colored, not purple. Burgundy. Okay, that's number 2. So that's the second 9 years I've been here. Oh, number 3. Bubbies. Bubbies beet horseradish. Oh yeah, my little leprechaun fork, thank you. Now, I do like horseradish, but a little bit at a time, so I have my leprechaun fork. So here we go. I'm shaking. Oh. Okay. That is hot. Oh my God, okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. Sue is juice. Sue. Beet juice. Horseradish, I couldn't find beet horseradish, so it's neam neam, which means yummy. And last but not least, I found an organic beet, and I'm not going to chicken out. So. Oh, hello. And I will eat this by the end of the day, but I can't eat it all now because it's going to take me forever. But I will eat it, I promise you that. I am done. I was going to nominate Miss Nezazon, but she begged me because she had a sleepless night last night. So I got a phone call en route. Even though beets are beatas, Miss Nezazon's name is Beata. So I'm not going to torture her. I was going to nominate her and Mr. Walker. So Mr. Walker, you stand alone. But Miss Nezazon will donate because she's, I wouldn't do that to her, have 2 sleepless nights. Oh, and Cathedral in Gaelic, sorry for my mouthful, Ardiag Lace. And I had Maria Glace is the best, because CHS, you are the best. We know that. Okay, thank you very much. And take all my stuff. Miss Craig.
Okay. Good morning, Cathedral. Let's take a little break from eating beets, do something a little different. Let's see how long we can stretch out our announcements today. So during Lent, we try to do a little more praying, a little more fasting, and a little more giving. And in the last week, the staff of Cathedral have been very generous. So this week, it's your turn, Gales. We're looking forward to seeing what you'll donate through ThinkFast, either through fasting or sponsoring a friend. But in the last week, the staff of Cathedral have given hundreds of dollars to end child hunger through the Eat a Beet Challenge. The staff of Cathedral have given $200 to support and show solidarity with the staff of Bishop Ryan. And today, the staff of Cathedral would like to donate $300 to St. Patrick's Parish in honor of St. Patrick's Day to support their Damasno Door program. So I'm going to invite Father Yerrick and Carlin, who, if you haven't noticed, has been here smelling all the beets, to receive $300 from our staff.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't look.
All right, people want to take our photos.
Oh yes,
Okay.
we have lots of photos here. I just want to say thank you to the staff for this donation. It really makes the difference because the people celebrate as well on the streets in the sense like they come to our door and they're asking for some food. And I'm sure that today we'll be having in the Damasno door something Irish. So thank you for that. You make the difference, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you all.
Good morning, Cathedral. I'm here today not to do the Beet Challenge. I'm not a tough guy like Mr. Juba. It kind of surprised me. Well, no, actually, it didn't surprise me at all when he said he wasn't too familiar with beets and he didn't care for them that much. I've seen him dance. He's definitely beet challenged. I actually took up Irish dancing at one point, and if you don't know Irish dancing, you pretty much stand perfectly straight. You stay in one spot and you stomp on the floor. It's not so much that I was interested in Irish dancing, I just didn't like my neighbor downstairs. So I'd crank up the jigs and the reels and start stomping on the floor, and my neighbor next door would start banging on the wall. And I didn't really like him either. So when he'd be banging on the wall, I'd shout over to him just to annoy him, "You gotta go around, there's no door there." Okay, that was actually a joke. Okay. In Ireland, there's a place called Blarney Castle. And in one wall of the castle, there's a stone called the Blarney Stone. And legend has it, if you kiss this stone, you inherit the Irish gift of the gab. And I think they made up that legend to kind of explain away that Irish people are very, well, they talk a lot, and they tell lots of long stories. And you could be forgiven if the only Irish people you know are Miss O'Keefe and Mr. Daly. You might not be familiar with that idea that Irish people are very talkative and tell lots of long stories. Deneen is actually an Irish name, but my dad, despite having an Irish heritage, was not, he was a man of few words. And I remember he always used to say to me, "Son," that was it. Sometimes it does pay to be talkative, though, and speak up. I once had a pet parrot that could talk, but he never said, "I'm hungry," so he died. I've never been too good with animals, I'm afraid. I did have a job as a zookeeper for a while, but I lost that job when the zoo went out of business. And they tried to blame me for that, too, which I didn't think was fair, because there were signs all over the place that said, "Do not feed the animals." Yeah, I know. Okay, Miss O'Keefe, what happens when a leprechaun falls into a river?
I don't know, sir.
He gets wet. Did you not take science, Miss O'Keefe? Why did the leprechaun go over the rainbow? No, to get to the other side, Miss O'Keefe. Okay, one more, Miss O'Keefe. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Irish. I wish all the Gaels a happy St. Patrick's Day. And that's it for me. Back to Elena. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys. And those are all of your announcements for today, Cathedral. Have a great day, Gaels, and thanks for watching.